What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the High Tech Entrepreneur Show. Today, we have an extremely interesting and amazing interview. We are bringing to you guys Coach Frank. Coach Frank has honestly a very interesting story and how he became a coach and how he just grabbed some experiences that he went through in his life and is now actually helping other people go through the same exact thing. And I think that is the end goal of coaching, right? Sometimes we go through experiences, hard experiences in our life, and we're not the only people who go through that, right? We're not the only people who go through that. There's other people who need your help when you overcame a big obstacle. So let's go ahead and bring Coach Frank in and let's hear from him. What's going on, Frank? How's it going?
It's going really good, man. Really good. I'm so excited to be here. I freaking love what you and your lady are doing. It's incredible.
Awesome, man. Awesome. That's amazing. So let's go ahead and start with kind of like who you are. Like, who is Frank at the core? Like, who are you?
Man, I'm just a young guy, honestly, who came to the United States illegally at the age of 2 and grew up for part of my childhood, in a mobile home with 3 different
Wow.
families.
Okay.
And I humble
Yeah.
beginnings, extremely hard worker because my dad made me work on 18-wheelers ever since I was 6 years old.
Really?
Yes, brother. And so,
Okay.
really who I am at my core, if I'm being dead honest, is I'm just somebody who really loves people.
Yeah.
Um, I've always had a massive heart for people. I was in church ministry for a long time. Might start going back into that a little bit here
Awesome.
to free my time up a little bit more, but I've just always loved people. I've always wanted to help people as much as possible. And it's now looking at who I actually am and just my life. It's like there's no doubt that I'm where I'm supposed to be right now.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Like, I'm guessing like the sense of fulfillment that you get from obviously like helping your clients just do all of that stuff.
Mhm.
It's probably like better than all the money that you could have in the world. I'm right.
Brother, I'm gonna be really honest with you, okay? So, I mean, for anyone that's listening, I'm a divorce recovery coach. So,
Yeah.
I essentially I help people overcome breakups,
Awesome.
or divorce and heal from them fast. So much so that even this morning, I had one of my clients who she's been working with me. Today was our last meeting for her first month, and
Yeah.
so we're about to set up our next month's meetings. But she's going through a bad divorce right now, right? And
Mhm.
she broke into me. And today, after our fourth meeting, or in our fourth meeting, she literally word for word said, she said, I remember talking to you and you said you're going to be a completely different person in 30 days if you do exactly what I tell you to do. And she was like, and I remember being kind of like,
That's kept like,
yeah,
yeah.
this is a little full of it, you know?
Of course, of
She's
course.
like, she's like, but now I'm sitting here in front of you 30 days later and I feel like a completely different person and I feel so
No
happy.
way.
And that just it gets me. You know what I'm saying? And back in the day, probably right before my divorce, I was making just over $200,000. Um, I was like 26 years old. I felt pretty proud of myself. You know what I mean? Like, didn't come
Of
from much.
course. Of
I was
course.
making more money than pretty much anyone in my family besides my dad at that point. Or actually, I think I was actually making more than my dad too. And so in my whole family, and I still wasn't fulfilled though. And now when I first started coaching, I was making less money than that. And I still technically am making less money than that, but I'm getting there now. And the fulfillment that I feel, brother, it's next level.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
I've had moments in the morning whenever, because I'm very, very intentional about working on myself, because
Mhm.
you can't lead people where you're not willing to go and where you haven't gone. And so I was sitting here and I was just spending some time with the Lord because I'm a Christian, and a memory popped into my head of a gentleman that I helped. And he sent this long message, it just like pretty much thanking me for everything that I've helped him with. And
Yeah.
he was suicidal, right? And I have another
Wow.
one who's been suicidal, and I get them out of that in one call,
That's amazing, bro. That's
And
amazing.
I just sat here in tears, brother, like joyful tears,
Uh-huh.
like grateful, like
Of
just deep,
course.
deep, deep gratitude of like, thank you, God, that all of the bullshit that I went through was not for nothing. And now it's like I'm helping so many people. So yeah, brother, the fulfillment is amazing right
It's
now.
amazing. I bet. And the reason why I say is because I also have like I work with one of like he's not like a divorce coaching, but he's more like a parenting coach, like co-parent coach. Like he helps
Oh yeah,
couples like who have divorce like come up with a co-parenting plan. Like that's
yeah,
what he helps, which is pretty unique. I think it's a very unique niche. I haven't heard a lot of people, talk about that, but I'm sure you have a kid, correct?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sure you understand like the co-parenting is extremely important. And he tells me the same thing. He's just like, now I not only did I change like that person, like the couple's life, but I also changed the kid's life. Because like
Yes.
he's gonna grow up at a stable co-parenting level. And he's like, and I do it because of that, because he came from my divorced parents and he saw how hard that was. So
Wow.
like his experience was like he lived what the kids are living. So he's like, I gotta do something to change that. And it's
Hey,
amazing, honestly. It's amazing.
that's powerful, brother. And
Yeah.
that's where like the best solutions come from,
Mhm.
is from pain.
Yeah.
Pain is here to stay. The number one thing that we're guaranteed in this life is pain and change, right?
Mhm.
Think about it. When you came out of your mother's womb, the first thing you did was cry.
Yep. 100%.
Pain is guaranteed. So
Yeah.
what are we going to turn that into though? And we live in a time right now, brother. And I love watching your content because you always say this. You're like, there's no better time to start an online
That's
business.
not.
Doing anything
Yep.
right now. I would have never thought that I'd be doing what I'm doing right now.
That's
Ever.
crazy.
Ever. But your guest from last week encouraged me so much. Like literally just dropped a seed in my head. Was like, man, why don't you like coach people on how to like recover from divorce since you went through that?
Mhm.
And I was like, yeah, man, but I just don't like, I don't know. I feel bad. Like, I don't think people pay for that, whatever.
That's
He was
funny.
like, why not, brother? And so I just launched it. And by launch, I mean I posted TikToks. That was our, I didn't get an LLC. I didn't have a bank account.
Nah,
I
none of
didn't have
that.
a process. I didn't have a process.
Oh,
Nothing. I was just like, I have something in me that I can help people with. So let's see if anyone is interested in it. And the
got it.
rest is history.
That's amazing. Honestly, that's honestly inspiring because like we all have something that we can help other people with, and not a lot of people see that, and they feel like they have to just work a job, and that's the only way they're gonna make money. But it's like, no, guys. Like I talk to a lot of people, and I'm just like, yo, just open your eyes, look what you have been through, look what hardships you have gone over, because you're not the only person going through that. You're not the
Yeah.
only person that went through that. Now you have a path. Now you have a framework of how you went through it.
Yes.
And now you can see if it works for other people. And if it works for other people, you can make a full-time income just doing that. And that's honestly like where I love to like find out. I love to find like what people's like experience has been and be like, hey, you can make this into an actual framework. Like, what step did you take here? What step did you take next? What step did you take next? Perfect. Now you have a 5-step process that you took that you can probably help other people. Go see if it helps other people. So that
Yes.
is honestly amazing. So let's go ahead and kind of go back into like the beginning of this, right? So you talked to Brandon, right? Brandon said, maybe you should went through this. At what point, like, where were you in your life? Point still full job, or did you have a different business at that point? Like, what were you doing at that point before you shifted into divorce coaching? And you started with men, correct?
Yes. So I started like solely with men. And then
Mhm.
now I'm helping women out as well. But honestly, brother, I was not in a good place, man. I hadn't been in a good place for a minute because I was trying to find my rhythm. And
Mm,
you can't find rhythm if you don't like the music that's playing.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
true. That's
it's not
100% true.
it's not my type of music. So I was in the wrong music. I was in the wrong shows, I guess you could say, right? And so I had dabbled in social media, right? Because I'll be
Mhm.
honest, like I'm pretty good at social media. And
Yeah.
so I would manipulate myself into thinking, well, I want to help people. So I'm going to do their social media because that's helping them. But it would just,
Ah,
you see what I'm
got
saying?
it. Yeah.
Just drain me because I wasn't passionate about it. And so then me and my buddy that were like doing that, um, like I wasn't feeling fulfilled at all, at all. And so then I tried this other thing. I created this thing called Text from Jesus where people could subscribe and I would send encouraging text messages to them every single
Oh, that's
day
dope.
that are like influenced from the Bible, right?
Yeah.
And like it just wasn't taking off like I needed it to. Like I needed
Mm,
money, all this stuff,
of
whatever.
course.
And I couldn't get that immediate that like fulfillment of impact, right? Like I mean, I was texting over 900 people, right?
Wow.
On the list. But at the same time, I wasn't like fulfilled because I was like, they're just getting a good text and they're hearting it and saying thank you so much, but I'm not connecting with them, right? So I wanted more.
Mhm.
Um, and then that's when I was just in the middle of like trying to figure out. I was applying for jobs, just like scrambling to so I could make money. And then Brandon tells me that, and I was like, dude, I'm not doing anything right now. Like I'm trying to find things, but nothing. God isn't opening up any doors, and maybe that's for a reason, right? Like
Yeah.
where there's opposition, I believe there's greater opportunity, honestly. And so I was in a place of opposition. I had no money to like invest or not. That's why I didn't
Yeah,
even
yeah.
get LLC for a minute, right? And so I just I ran with what Brandon told me, and it was a pure risk, but at the same time, it's like I'm gonna be in this place regardless right now.
Uh-huh.
Where
Of
I'm at right
course.
now. This is where I'm at. I can't change that. But if I take a chance, like if it doesn't work out, worst comes to worst, I'm in the same spot.
Uh-huh. You didn't lose anything.
Exactly. And so that's where I was, brother. I was lost. I didn't really know what the heck to do. I was trying to scratch up whatever I could. I was literally like taking jobs where I could go and chop down trees for them and haul them
Wow.
off just so I could
Yeah.
make money. I was selling my clothes. Like it was not a fun season at all.
100%. 100%. 100%. Wow, that's incredible. So then you just followed through, right? You're like, you know what? Let me just take the risk. You took the leap of faith, like we call it, right? Take the leap of faith and
Mhm.
see where it takes you. So you posted your first TikTok. Now, most people will give up after the first 20, right? Now, were you lucky enough, or did you have the strategy in place in order to like break through that limiting belief? It's just because like I remember like when I started my TikTok, it's like I still do. I had posted 254 videos, and I
Mhm.
had more at one point. I had more videos than followers on my TikTok, right? So I was terrible at it. Like I don't know why. Like if I would break 100 views, it was crazy. I was like, oh my god, I broke 100 views, right? But
Mhm.
obviously that didn't go anywhere. And I
Yeah.
was like to do like affiliate marketing back in the day, like maybe like a year ago or two. But so in your case, did you like break out like in your first 10 to 20 posts, or did you have to be consistent for a period of time?
Um, no, man, I'm gonna be honest. Like my post started doing really well. My first
Got it.
TikTok that I posted, I just pulled it up. It had
Oh
6,417.
wow.
My second TikTok had 35,500 views. My third TikTok had 149,000 views.
Wow.
And the one after that, 101,000 views. So it's like, but here's what's interesting, brother.
Uh-huh.
I had started a TikTok before,
Yeah.
trying to pop off like everyone, right? And I was doing stuff that I didn't like. I was like, "Dang it,
Mm,
man, that's not me." Like, I'm not like I am an idiot and have fun,
yeah.
right? But that's not who I wanna like, I have to try and do some of these things that are viral, and I don't
Yeah,
wanna
of
do that.
course.
I just wanna be me.
Do your thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and again, I've been after impact probably my entire life, right?
Hmm.
And so I started a TikTok before called Frank Encourages, where I would just encourage people and give them like stuff about Jesus. And that one did pretty well. I got to like 16,000 followers in like 2 weeks with that. And it was pretty much because I used hashtag encourage and encouragement. And I think a lot of people constantly need encouragement, right?
Yeah.
And so then that whole process led me to this. And I was like, you know what? I finally found something that's working for me
Let me.
after trying so many different things. And so I'm going to keep the same vibe. I'm going to keep the same strategy, but I'm going to
Just,
tailor it to
yeah.
heartbreak.
Mm.
And the amount of people that are going through heartbreak every single day is insane. So it was just a matter of time, honestly, for it to happen.
Guys, listen to what Frank just said. It's not that he posted 3 TikToks and then he went viral and made a whole bunch of money. Because that a lot of people are going to just take down, be like, oh, all I got to do is post 3 TikToks, and I'm going to get 100,000. No, he had done this in the past, right? He had gotten other TikToks up and running. He had another one that had the same vibe and actually saw some success with it.
Mhm.
Then he's like, you know what? I'm gonna start another one, and tailor it to what I actually want to do to this part. But what I want you guys to understand is that he had a framework to make this happen. He had to figure out the framework through trial and error. Like, and if you guys just start your TikTok, right? Like I did, like I started my TikTok, you might have to post 100 times before you find your framework, you find your vibe, you find your voice. And I talk this about a lot of stuff, right? It's just like you have to find your voice. Frank found his voice and had his voice figured out, had his method, had all of that feels like he wanted to portray in his TikToks. And before he created the TikTok account, if you don't have that, you're gonna have to go through that process of figuring that stuff out. I don't know if you agree with me on that part.
Dude, absolutely. There is no overnight success, even on TikTok. Like people are doing these things and then it leads up. It's like life is always happening for us.
Yep.
So if there's anyone who's listening who wants to start a business and you feel like, man, you just can't. It's like, trust me, all of these L's that you feel like you're taking, you're going to turn them into W's eventually. And life is going to help you do it. Like, it's just what's going to happen. Like, you just have to be faithful with where you're at and actually try and execute, and don't let fear limit you, because fear is the door that's blocking your success.
I love it.
As soon as you open up fear, right, and you step past it, then you get to see, man, this is what's on the other side. But most of us never do that, because humans are more prone to do whatever it takes to avoid pain than to experience long-term fulfillment.
That is funny that you say that, because I think I said that in my last episode as well. That it's like people want to run away from pain at all costs, and they do not want to go to fulfillment. Like, it's like it just takes longer to do that. But I love it, honestly. Now, let me ask you, Frank, when it comes to, like, obviously you tried this whole social media thing because obviously you thought you were good at social media and stuff like that. But would you recommend someone to, which of the following? Would you recommend someone to just, start something, right? Start something that they're not like fully passionate about, right? Fully passionate about, or try to start figuring out what they're actually passionate about, then go all in on that? If you had two options.
I think the first option leads to the second option. I think the first option is what filters out everything that you're not passionate about. So then it leads you to the thing that you are passionate about.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. I love it.
You see what I'm saying? So I don't think it's one or the other. I think they both
work together.
Yes.
And it's funny because, like, I kind of went through that journey myself, right? And it took me like 4 years to kind of figure that out. But my first business was just like, I'm going to help social media. Same thing. We all started like 4 or 5 years ago. I'm going to go ahead and help, just businesses get more clients. I used to do SEO, Google ads, Facebook ads, all of this crazy stuff, right? And then I'm like, you know what? Like, I don't like doing Google ads or SEO. So let me just focus on Facebook ads. So I filtered that out. And then I'm like, I'm going to do Facebook ads for every business. And then I'm like, I don't like working with granite companies. So let me filter that out. So what am I doing through this whole journey? It's just like, through my whole journey, I don't like doing this. 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 And for the longest amount of time, I was working with plastic surgeons and helping them go ahead and grow their business and stuff like that. But eventually it's just like, why am I even doing this? Like, I was waking up and I'm just like, I don't even believe in plastic surgery. Like, I honestly don't. Like, I really don't. Go to the gym. That's my opinion, right?
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't even believe in it. It's like, why am I doing this? And I'm just like, am I just doing this for the money? And at that point, like, I was making pretty good money. I was making, 10K plus in my business. And I'm just like, I don't know. I'm not passionate about this. But I didn't get out of that because, like, the money was there. The money was good. I had 2 employees. I have my media buyer. I was just going to the review calls and say what happened in the week. That's all I was doing. But it's just like, I dreaded even doing that and checking in the ads and talking to I'm just like, I'm not happy doing this. And that's funny because that was like at the beginning of COVID. And that's when all plastic surgeons had to shut down. So, like, for like the biggest force, it's just like I was out of clients, not because I decided to, right? It's just because COVID happened. So they all had to close down. And like, obviously, like, most of them came back to me afterwards, but I was just like, I'm not doing this no more. And then I started doing like Facebook ads for e-commerce because I'm just like, you know what? This sounds better. This sounds a lot better. Let me go ahead and do Facebook ads for e-commerce so they can go ahead and But it was the same thing. I was just like, I'm not passionate about running Facebook ads. I want to do something else. And that's kind of how I came across Brandon.
Mhm.
And obviously he helped me. He's like, you got to do something that you actually like to do.
Yes.
So I absolutely love that filtering part. It's just like you have to filter your journey. Sometimes it takes you a few months, a few weeks. For me, it took me 4 years to realize it's just like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
I'm meant for bigger things. I want to
Yeah.
impact more people. I think I went that way too. It's like just like I'm impacting one business, make more money when they're already making 100K plus. It's like,
Yeah.
is that really impact? I'm making them an extra 150K. Is that really impact to that person? No, not really, because they're already successful with or without it. So
Yeah.
you're like, I need more. I need more.
Yeah.
So
And what I love about that, brother, is that your process was years to lead you to
yeah,
where you're at now. And everything that you went through, you can now apply now with what you're passionate about. And
yeah,
so, like, passion and purpose, they have to go together. And if they don't, you're not going to be happy and you're not going to succeed. You could have passion, but not purpose, right?
hmm,
And then you're just extremely passionate about it, but you're not talented, you're not gifted. Because if it's purpose, you're talented and gifted and made for it. That's why
yeah.
it's purpose, right? Passion is something that fuels you. You're like, I
I
want
want it. Yeah.
you have all the passion in the world to sing, but if you don't got the purpose for it,
hmm.
or you're gonna be
Not
don't
happening.
sing. Don't sing, you're heartbroken. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
what you did was you developed your purpose side, your giftings, your
Hmm.
talents, all of those things. And then now it's aligned with your purpose, which is why you're experiencing fulfillment. And same here. Because, brother, like, yes, one of my buddies messaged me the other day. He was like, bro, you're popping off on Instagram now too. Like, you hit 26K. I was like, yeah, I did that in 2 weeks. Like, 26K
That's
followers
crazy.
in 2 weeks. You know what I mean? And my TikTok is about to hit 90K. Like, I'm gonna hit 100K here in
100K.
the next
Yeah.
month and a half. Um, but everyone sees that and they're like, dude, what the heck? This dude is just popping off. Like,
Hmm.
overnight success. Well, no, I'm not, because even when I was married 5 years ago, I started making YouTube videos because I wanted to become a vlogger. I wanted that
Yeah.
income. You see what I'm saying?
Of
And
course.
so I started getting in front of a camera and I started learning how to edit videos on YouTube. And then I started learning, like, man, the best YouTubers that I like watching, it feels like they're talking to one person, not
Hmm.
to a crowd, right? So it makes it feel personal. So then I started implementing that into my videos. And so now my TikToks, it's not, hey guys, no. It's normally when I'm like trying to hit someone with my messaging, with my marketing, I focus on one
One
person
person.
because I want them to feel like I'm talking to you right now.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, that's why I try and steer away from, like, a lot of times when we go through breakups, we experience it. No, I'm like, if you're going through a breakup right now, you're probably dealing with this. You see what I'm saying?
You hit in all the pain points. All the pain points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to one person, because nobody sits on a phone with a crowd of people.
Yeah. That's true.
So why do we say, hey
Hey
guys,
guys.
hey
Yeah.
everyone?
100%. Yeah.
Like, I'm talking to one person. Like, yes, I'm talking to 26,000 people, but they're all individually.
Yep.
You see what I mean? Like, when they come to my page, it's them coming to my page, one person, not all of them visiting together.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
when you begin to do that, you become personal. It's just psychology. Like, you start connecting with them. They feel like you're. That's why a lot of them people, like, it's crazy, bro. It's just, it blows my mind. I'm humbled. I'm grateful. The simple fact that I can post a video, and because I posted a video, I get clients, and they
That's
they
insane.
they pay me to have a sales call with me. Like,
That's even wow. That's even more wow. That's
I don't I don't
absolutely crazy.
I don't spend money on ads. I don't spend money to get clients. I get
That's
money to
wow.
get clients. Like,
That's insane.
and that's the power of messaging. That's the
Yeah.
power of meeting someone where they're at, right? Because I talk about the pain because that's where they're at. And sales is emotional, right? So I bring them into the meeting pain, feeling pain, experiencing pain, because that's where they're at right now. But when they leave the meeting, they've transitioned emotionally. So now
Mhm.
they've connected that with me. So I don't sell people. I don't sell people. Most of my calls, this is how they go at the end. There's no negotiation. It's normally they say, so what do I need to do to get more of this?
That's insane.
That's when you know you found it. That's when you know you're helping people. I was talking to a buddy the other day who's like feeling a little burnt out with sales calls, and he's frustrated because like they're just not all closing, they're not qualified. And I told him, I'm like, hey, what you focus on, you create more of. So what you're actually doing right now is you're focusing on closing the sale. So you're focusing on selling, which is taking your focus away from helping. And whenever somebody feels like you're helping them, they want to give back. It's the law of reciprocity. But if they feel like you're there to take their money by selling them, they're not going to reciprocate.
Listen to what just honestly, like this interview is just listen to it. First, it started with you need to know who you're speaking to, right? You need to know who you're speaking to. If you're not speaking to one person and you're messaging and your videos and your YouTube videos and your all of your content, you're speaking to nobody, right? Yep. You have to speak to one person, understand who they are. What are they going through? What are their pain points? And what do they want? Like you have to understand that process if you want your messaging to resonate with your ideal client. Well, if you don't know who your ideal client, you can tailor your messaging. So your ideal client and your micro niche goes hand in hand with your messaging. Please know who you're speaking to. It's super, super important. The second part that I got from this is stop focusing on closing and start focusing on closing and start focusing on helping. Yes. Once you help, you get it. Like I always talk about, and I talk to everybody, right? Most of my clients, like I like to demonstrate I can help people by actually helping them. And I let the selling, that's my selling. It's just like I want to help you. I want to demonstrate that I can help you. And then you ask me if you want to work with me. If you don't, then that's fine. At least I was able to help you. Right.
Yes. And I even say that. I even say that on my calls. I tell them I'm actually going to help you on this call. And if you want to work with me, we can work together. And if you don't, there's no hard feelings. Keep following my content. Send me a message if you ever need anything. You want me to find you a different divorce coach? I'll find you a different divorce coach. I know plenty. And I tell them, I'm very honest. I'm like, I don't care about you working with me. I care about you getting better.
Oh, I love that.
And if it comes at to the point where you're going to go work with another coach, guess what? I'm happy for you because I genuinely want to help you. And people feel that. You see what I'm saying? Like I am probably, from everyone that I've seen, I'll be dead honest. And this is not to boost my own horn, but this is just like this, we need more of this is what I'm trying to say. I'm probably the only coach that I've noticed that post on their Instagram story saying, these are great coaches to work with that are in my niche.
That's amazing.
Because I'm like, dude, I know, first off, I know what I bring to the table. Yep. And first off, I know I'm the best damn divorce recovery coach they could possibly work with. I know that. So why would I walk in fear instead of in abundance, right? All I'm doing is building trust with my following because now they know this dude isn't after the money. He actually wants to
he wants to help you. I love it. I love it.
So you set the foundation of I am here to help. That's it, dude. That is it. And guess what? When you actually help someone, you never lose money. Ever, because they'll come back around 2 months later, 3 months later, 4 months later. But if you actually help them on the call, they're going to want more of that eventually.
Yeah, 100%.
So if they run into a frustration,
they're going to go to you. Yeah, 100%. So Frank, let me ask you, right? Because I know for a lot of people, they're going to say, oh, it's easy for you, Jonathan and Frank to say that because they got people coming to them all the time and they got sales calls all the time. But what happens when someone's just starting out, right? How can they portray that same feeling when they don't know if, like, they have that fear, just like, hey, like, I know I can help this person, but if I don't close them, I'm not going to be able to pay my rent type of feeling. You know what I'm trying to say? Because I know probably you went through that. I know I've gone through that. It's just like, how can I demonstrate that I can actually help that person? Because I actually want to help, but I also need the money. Like, I don't want to be like, I don't need the money and say I don't need the money because I actually do.
Yeah. No, that's a great question, brother. And I'm going to give you guys a very philosophical answer, but it's actually scientific as well. If you walk in fear, you'll create terrible results in your life. Think of anything in your life that's gone wrong. It's probably because you let fear hold you back. right? And you let fear control you in that moment. So you got to think about what you just said, right? And that is a fear-based mindset. That's a scarcity mindset.
Yeah.
If I don't close them, I am not going to pay rent. So guess what you're going to come across with when you're trying to close them? I have to close you or I'm going to pay rent.
100%.
Why would I want to do business with someone like that? You don't care about me, you care about rent. You see what I'm saying? But if you choose, because you have to choose, if you choose an abundance mindset that says, I am going to help this person, and I believe that God, the universe, whatever you want to believe in, is going to reciprocate that. Right? And for me, it's very simple, like, because I believe the Bible, and the Bible says that the world of the generous gets larger and larger and larger. And the world of the stingy gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And the richest people in the world will tell you the exact same thing, even though they're not Christian. They give more than anybody. They give like 40, 60%. And they didn't just start doing that when they got rich. They did it from the very beginning.
From the beginning.
I have a personal mentor who's done that, right? I do that now too. But it's helping. It's giving. It's give. So actually try and help people instead of trying to sell people, because right now what you've been doing probably is you're trying to make money.
Yep.
And look, you trying to make money, look at what money.
Yep.
So why not say, hey, let me listen to this crazy guy, Frank Ortega, and let me try what he's saying then, because that's different and I want a different result. So why would I keep doing the same thing? Stop walking in scarcity. Walk in abundance, and abundance, you'll experience it. If you walk in scarcity, you'll continue to experience poverty, whether that is mentally or tangibly.
That's amazing. And that's, goes hand in hand with what I say all the time. And, I talk to other coaches and just like, you're giving too much away. Like your little videos are what you should be charging for. It's like, no, I'm not worried about making money right now. It's like half of my content doesn't really have a call to action, most of it, right? It really doesn't, because I want to just demonstrate I can help people and just give. And then once upon a time, I'll ask, right? Like I'll ask, hey, if you actually need help, I'm not going to ask, hey, come pay me. Hey, do you need help with this? Come talk to me, right? Different mindset, completely.
Yeah, exactly, brother. And I mean, one of the best call to actions that we can do for anyone that's listening right now is actually give genuine help on your content, and then ask, if you want this to be applicable specifically to your situation, I'd love to connect with you. I'd love to chat, right? Because people like you can take everything that I'm teaching, that you're teaching, and you can find a way to apply. Like it's a special type of person that can apply it to their situation. But there's some people that need that coaching of like, look, this is how it works in your infrastructure, right? This is how it's going to work for you, right? And so when people want the customization, let's put it that way, the customization of what we're teaching and preaching, then that's where the money comes. You see what I'm saying? You're giving out the blueprint, but do you want a custom blueprint? And the people that want a custom but you got to make them so hungry for it, because they love your stuff so much that I have people message me all the time. How do I apply this to this situation? How do I apply this to this situation? And I'm like, and again, I am very, very generous. Like my messages, always voice memos, giving them actual help. That's amazing. Which has actually gotten me clients. Going on Instagram Live while I'm getting a tattoo and coaching live. I saw that. Answering Q&As. You know what I mean? Like, and helping them. And then people would start messaging me, how do I sign up? How do I sign up? How do I sign up? Because I'm showing up for them, not for a paycheck. I'm showing up to help. And people feel that. When someone's trying to use you, brother.
100%.
You feel their vibes, you feel their energy, whatever you want to call it. You're like, dude, this goes off. He's got like alternative motives.
100%.
You can tell. So if you can tell, they can tell. So bring the right energy. Try and help some people.
That's crazy. And that could honestly only happen if you're actually truly passionate about what you're doing, right? Because it's just like, if you are not, like, you can, like, and people don't believe me when I say this, it's just like, when you get to like, that 10K mark, that 15K mark, you're going to be like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Unless you're really passionate about it. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I haven't gotten to, the 40, the 50, the 60, the 70K mark a month is because I wasn't truly passionate about taking on more clients and helping more people. I'm just like, you know what? Like, I'm complacent. I'm good. I'm good at the 8K mark. I'm good at the 6K mark. I'm better at the 6K mark than the 15K mark, because in the 15K mark, I have to talk to more people that I don't like. So I'm going to just stay at the 6, 7, 8K mark because it pays my bills. I live good and I don't have to talk to too many people. Right?
Yes, bro. It's so true. When I had my other company, it was a trucking company that I was making over 200K in. Like, bro, I remember telling Brandon this. I was like, bro, you think 10K a month is a lot. I was like, but it's really nothing. And you think that that's going to make a difference in your life. But if you don't love what you're doing, yeah, you can take a trip, but then you're just like pissed off that you have to go back home.
Yeah.
Because you have to go and do something you don't like.
You should be pissed off to go on the trip because you're not doing what you love to do. That's a different mindset right there.
Bro, me and my girlfriend have some problems. Because I love to work.
Yeah.
Because to me, it's not work. Like, we could be driving to a date and one of my clients hits me up with like, man, I'm struggling with this. Boom. I dial them right now, right then and there. And guess what? I don't charge them for an extra call because I know that they know my work. So in 10 minutes, I can get them out of that state. So I don't need to charge them, which makes them more loyal to me because I'm actually helping them again. Helping. And it's because I'm addicted. I'm obsessed with working because to me, it's not working. You know what I'm obsessed with? Helping.
Making a difference, impact.
And that's it. Like, I'm making less than 200. I'm like right now. Well, actually, I'm probably about the 100K mark now, honestly.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It's growing. But it's like I'm more fulfilled. And I was more fulfilled when I was making $2,500 a month doing this. My first like 4 or 5 months. I was more fulfilled making $2,500 a month doing this than making 200 G's.
That's amazing.
It was just, that was it.
I completely understand you. Honestly, I completely understand you. And I completely understand you about the problems with your girlfriend as well. Because it happens to me all the time too. It's just like, we're watching a movie and it's 11 o'clock at night. And I'm just like, oh, why did we actually do this?
This and bring up the phone. Yeah.
And then she's like, we're watching a movie. Like, what are you talking about? Like, leave work at work. I can't.
And you're like, exactly. We're watching a movie. We're wasting time.
Exactly. It's funny, man. It happens all the time to me. And like she doesn't like when I drive. She doesn't like when I drive because when I'm driving, I'm thinking. So I'm just like driving, I'm thinking, and she's like, "Oh, you got to turn here." I'm like, "Oh, snap! I got to turn here," because like I was in a completely different mindset, thinking about how I can go ahead and deliver something different, but having more impact and be able to help more people, but also, be able to let it grow at the same time. It's just like I'm always thinking about different strategies and different things that I could do that I can help my clients do and help them solve their problems. Because I always believe, especially in marketing, is like something that might work for me might not work for other people.
Yeah.
Right. So like the same framework that people, I'm pretty sure, are going to go to your TikTok and they're going to see, okay, well, this is what he does. Let me do the same exact thing. Right. Let's be honest. Let me go ahead and do the same exact thing. That's what they're going to do.
Yeah.
But they're going to be like, after two, be like, oh, how come like he posted this video and got 100,000? I posted the same exact video, same exact sound, same exact hashtags, same exact fills, same exact filter, 200 views. How come? Right? Like, it's going to happen. Let's be honest. It's going to happen. So the whole point of that is just like, you have to do what truly fulfills you, right? What truly fulfills you. And I'm a big believer, especially this year, I'm a big believer in not like, having a goal. Like, I actually created a vision board. I'm having a goal, but my goal is not to get to 100K on TikTok like it was last year, which it didn't happen. My goal is not to get to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube like it was last year, and it didn't happen. Like, that's not my goal. My goal is just to go ahead and post 3 times a day on TikTok and on Instagram. Right? That is my goal. My goal is just to put 1,000 posts on TikTok, and whatever happens with that happens. But my goal is something that I can control. I don't know if you agree with me on this, but like this year, I'm setting goals of things that I can actually control. I can't control my videos going viral.
Yes.
And I can try my best and make it the best, have the best hook, have the best storyline, have the best scenario and all that stuff. but I can't control the algorithm pushing my post.
Yes.
But what I can control is
Show up.
me showing up consistently and not looking at the numbers, not being obsessed with the numbers. Because the moment that you get obsessed with the numbers and you start looking at other people saying, oh, he did the same thing that I did. And this happened to me so many times last year. I will post a TikTok about a messaging, about this strategy. I will see later on my For You page that someone else copied the same exact TikTok, but his has 200,000 views and mine had 200. And I'm just like, what? Like, what? So I would get honestly frustrated and upset. I'm like, yo, how is this happening?
Yeah.
But this year, I'm just like, you know what? Like, I'm not even going to look at the numbers. Obviously, the numbers are going to be nice. They're going to grow.
Yeah.
It's going to be an outcome. It's going to be an outcome of my daily activities.
Yeah. Brother, you want to know how you succeed in content?
How?
You like your content.
Oh, I love it.
I am my number one fan from, I think, and my girlfriend gets pissed at me again for this because she thinks I'm full of it. But I'm like, dude, my stuff is good. Like, bro, there'll be times at night where I'll be scrolling through my content and I'm like, damn, Frank, that was really good. You know what I mean? And I like watching my videos, and I know when to not post a video. If I'm editing it and I don't want to watch it, why would anybody else want to watch it?
Why would you? Yeah, 100%.
But if I'm watching it and I'm like, dude, like, I kid you not, bro, like this one video, Love is a Choice. It's got like 6,000 views. It's an IGTV. And that one, I probably added maybe 50 views to that. Because, bro, I'm like, dang, man, that was really good. Like, I really liked that. You know what I mean? The way it was communicate, everything. I admire my own content. That's how you have to be.
Yeah,
like,
that's how you have to be.
If you don't like your content, nobody else is going to like it. And you got to do stuff that you like, because you have to show up like that every day.
Every day, yep.
Guess what? My content, I show up in a hat, sometimes a tee, right? Because that's how I like to show up. And if someone books me for an in-person meeting, guess how I'm going to show up? I'm not going to roll up in a suit. I might, because I like wearing suits sometimes, but I'll have a suit and a hat on.
It's funny because, you know, when I first started creating content, I don't think I told you the story, but one of the reasons, like back in 2018, like I tried doing YouTube. Like I was like, you know, I'm gonna post every single day this year. I posted for 24 days in a row, and I was actually, oh my God, like I was like, and then I looked at my closet and I'm like, I don't got no more shirts. I already used this shirt and I YouTube it. I'm not gonna use it again. People are gonna think I don't have shirts. And that was the reason why I broke my cycle of 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. And it happened to be a whole year later. And I'm just like, yo, I'm an idiot. Right? Like, I'm an idiot. Like, why did I stop? So what did I do? I literally went to this website called True Classic Tees. I bought a packet of 6 black shirts.
And
6 black shirts, right? And now I have like different colors. I have like navy blue and stuff like that. But that's all I wear. So like, it's just like, no, I just have different shirts. I just wear the same black, not like same color shirt for every single day. And that's it. Like now it's just like, now I don't have any other option. That's not going to stop me, because now they're all different shirts and they're all black, and nobody can tell that it was the same shirt last week than it is this week, right? But honestly, and that might stop some people as well. It's just like, hey, don't let those little stuff stop you. And if you really care how much you look, start a podcast, right? I know you have a podcast. How's that going?
Bro, it's going really, really good, man. It's starting to, I mean, from the beginning, it really started taking off just because I started making TikToks for it. And I want to get more consistent in that, I'll be honest. But right now I've been so focused on the business that I can't really explode the podcast.
Yeah.
But now, like I told you before, I've limited my sales calls to where I only do them Monday through a little bit of Wednesday.
Yeah.
And so my Monday through Wednesday is just packed, bro. Like, I'm talking about from 9 a.m. until 8:30 p.m. I am boom, 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 like all the way across the board.
And they're paid calls. Let's have that clear. They're paid calls, paid sales calls.
Yeah.
Just think about it. Like, a lot of us want to have just that schedule not paid, right? Imagine Frank, he has it paid. I think it's like $5 per call, correct?
Yeah, that's it.
Like that. Well, let me ask you, what was the strategy behind that? Were you just getting a lot of no-shows, or what was the strategy behind that?
Yep. It was, I was getting a lot of no-shows, and I thought, like, if somebody is willing to invest a little bit with
Mm-hmm.
you, then that means that you've built enough trust with them.
Mm.
And if they give you a little bit, they'll give you a little bit more. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So for
100%.
me, it was a pre-qualification of like, I want to see it. First of all, if you're serious about this, if you're serious, you've got $5.
100%.
Everybody's got $5.
Yeah.
And I want to meet with people that are serious. And honestly, I don't like people wasting my time. And I was this close because I got a ton of followers, bro. And when people start seeing free, they book, 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 book,
Of
and then
course.
they forget about it because it's free. Right. And so I was about to post like, hey, if you book a call with me and you no show me, just don't book a call. Like,
Uh-huh.
unless you, and I was like, nah, that's not going to be good for my brand. Right. So
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to do it a different way. I'm going to cut out all the people that will not show up. And if they don't show up, at least I made $5 and I can work
Yeah.
on something.
You
So I
can
got
work on something
$5
else.
to continue working. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, that was the strategy. And now my conversion rate through
Through
the
the
roof,
roof. Of course.
through the roof, because it's qualified leads now. And even I had this one lady, she didn't fit into my group coaching program because she didn't want to heal from divorce. She wanted to like establish good patterns for a new relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was a little bit different. And I
Yeah.
told her, I was like, you don't fit quite into like my 1% groups. I was like, but I can work with you one-on-one. Well, she can't afford my one-on-one. So what does she tell me? Because I actually helped her. This is what she said. She said, is there another way that I can get money to you? I can't afford one-on-ones, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm so thankful for how much you've helped me. Do you have a way I can get money for you? I said, yes, absolutely. I have badges on Instagram Live, which means when I go live, you can send me money on there, donations. I was like,
Yeah.
go ahead and donate that way if you want to. She was like, absolutely. The next time that you're live, she donated.
That's amazing.
I,
That's amazing.
I helped her. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that was the strategy behind the $5 was I was tired of no shows and I wanted people that were serious.
Awesome. So, Frank, I know we're coming to the end of our call. It has honestly been amazing. This podcast, I know people are going to love it. But I want to ask you one more thing. What is next for 1% coaching, men's divorce coaching? Like, is it live events? Is it conferences? Like, I'm honestly excited. I'm not married, and I hopefully I obviously don't get divorced at all. But like, I want to be there. What is next for this brand that you're building? Because it's not a small brand. Like, you're building a community
Yeah.
of people. And that, bro, you're building a movement. You're literally building a movement of people who are willing to pay for your advice. So
Yeah.
the moment that you fill out and say, hey, I'm having a live event, people are going to show up. So I'm excited. What is next for you?
So the next step, and after this, I'm leaving. I'm heading over there to start working on it. I'm launching the Divorce Recovery Academy. So I'm taking everything that I've ever taught with practical homework that actually brings true healing and clarity to these people.
Yeah.
And I'm selling, it's going to be completely subscription based.
Mhm.
So for everyone that's wanted to work with me that can't afford to work with me, right?
Yeah.
Now you can, because it's going to be $24.96 a month and you get full access and it's dripped. So this week, this is what you're focusing on. And then there's going to be a midweek, obviously, like mindset challenge as well,
Yeah.
just to reboost what they're working on. And we're going to do that for at least 90 days. And then what I'm doing is I'm adding additional life coaching material. So for your business, for parenting,
Love
right?
it.
For the dating game. And so if they want to keep receiving those things, then you keep your subscription up. And I'm launching the app for it. So it's going to be literally a divorce recovery app.
I love it. I love it.
That's the next step. After that, I want to launch a dating app for people that have gone through the process of healing from divorce. And so if you went through, because I'm like, it's weird, brother. I kind of became like the authority in the divorce coaching community fast.
Yeah.
So now all these divorce coaches, like, I know them, but I have all the influence that I'm able to, like, you know, kind of make things happen for all of us in that community. And so I'm going to network with all of them, and I already am. And all of their clients that graduate from the program, they'll get a username into the app. And so you'll have a dating app where you don't have to worry, is this person healthy? Are they doing the work? And another pre-qualification to be in this app of high caliber people that are ready for relationships is you've got to submit to monthly relationship coaching.
I love it. I
So
love it. I love it.
it's setting apart Tinder and that world of a mess, and it's
Mhm.
giving you all the diamonds in the rough, except there is no rough now.
I love it. I love it. Like you literally went from changing like just men to changing a woman, and now you're just creating a whole different thing around the same thing, and it's amazing. Honestly, honestly, thank you so much, Frank. Keep killing it. Keep showing up. Keep helping everybody because we need more people like you in this world. Honestly, making an impact, making a change, and helping people because going through a divorce is hard. I never been through it. My parents thankfully never went through it, but I do know people who have gone through it, and it's a mess and it's hard. So honestly, thank you from the bottom of my heart for helping those people. Honestly, I really appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, for sure, brother. For sure. Thank you for having me on here, man. I wish we could have gone longer than an hour because I can talk about all of this so long. But
Awesome.
I'm excited for what you guys are doing. And I'm excited to just keep following you guys, honestly, and just keep following y'all's journey
I
because
love it.
you guys are incredible, man.
Thank you so much, guys. And if you guys want to follow Frank, go ahead. Say where they can find you. I'll put his stuff in the description as well, so you guys can go ahead and follow Frank and support him and what he's doing. And if you're, divorced parent or guy or woman at this point, and you need help with that, yeah, I recommend Frank. What's up?
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. Follow me on TikTok at Divorced Coach is what it is. And then on Instagram, I'm Coach Frank Ortega.
Awesome, awesome.
Follow me on there. Shoot me a message. I'm pretty active on my messages. If I don't get back to you for 2 to 3 days, that's pretty normal because my requests are pretty filled on the DMs. But just be patient with me, and I promise, I will help you. And I'm not just trying to sell you.
Awesome. All right, Frank. Thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you so much for being on the podcast. And I'll talk to you later, brother.